there be. So the be here can be is, are in sentences. When you see an apple on the table, you might understand it as an apple is there on the table. But if we reverse it, the sentence will become there's an apple on the table. In there be, whether is, in single or are in plural form, is determined by what's next. So if the subject, which is here, if the subject is in plural form, we use are. If the subject is in single form, we use is. Let's look at some examples. The first four are simple ones, but there are a few places that we need to pay attention to. The first ones were very simple. The subject is a lamp. This is the subject. So on the table indicates the place where the lamp is. So there is a lamp because it's a single form, so we use is. And the same applies to the second example. So the subject is some apples is plural forms. In the bowl indicates the place. And because the subject is plural form, we use are as a be verb. But then if we look at the third sentence, you see the subject is a lot. 5 books, 2 pens, and a ruler. In the school bag indicates the place. So you see the subject is not one thing or one type of things, but a few types of things. So 5 books, 2 pens, a ruler. So it makes sense. We use are because there are just a lot of things. So the weirdest thing is the fourth sentence. In the fourth sentence, you see actually the subject is the same as in the fourth sentence. And of course, the place is also the same in the school bag. But what is the difference is it uses is in the be verb, not are, because now the only difference is here the 5 books determine whether we use is or are. So because it's 5 books, it's plural form, we use are. And in the fourth sentence, it's a ruler, which determine that we use is. So this is one thing to pay attention to. We look at the closest one in the subjects. If we have, if the subjects has a lot of different types of things, we just look at the closest one. The closest one should be verb to determine whether we will use single or plural form. Okay, here is another case where you will see the subjects are in plural form, but we still use yes. So the reason being, in these 3 cases, there is $500 to pay. Still another 20 miles to drive, and duck and green vegetables for supper. The reason being that we look at them as a whole. So for example, in this case, for supper we need both duck and green vegetables as a whole for supper.